with our stadium lease coming up next year and we still don't have a new lease, the Cleveland Brownies are about to make life so much more difficult for Mike Brown and the higher ups at the Bengals. You know, based on what Adam Schefter said, after Myles Garrett got paid $40 million a year, which I think we can all agree was overpaid, they had to rework Jamar Chase's full contract. Like, they had his contract done and it was ready to go. And then because of the Brownies, we had to rework his whole contract because of the Cleveland Brownies. And now the Brownies might be kind of, you know, attacking us again in a way, you know, going at us again. Because now there's a $2 billion stadium/city upgrade the Brownies are going to be going with. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to spark a lot of talk if this goes through in Cincinnati. Because right now, Cincy, there's going to be, I mean, obviously we have our stadium upgrades we've talked about and proposed plans to upgrade Paycor Stadium. But this is not just upgrading the stadium, which already it's going to be a huge upgrade. They're going to add a roof to the stadium, a jumbotron on the outside. It's going to be a enclosed stadium now. But you can see there's a whole entire area around the stadium they're also upgrading. This is a $2 billion upgrade across the board. And it's going to really spark a lot of talk of, well, Mike Brown better open up that pocketbook and he better start upgrading our stadium as well. You know, upgrade the area around our stadium. And that's been the forever back and forth. If you followed the whole process of the saga, of the Paycor Stadium saga with Huntington County, you will, Hamilton County, Lordy, not Hunting, Hamilton County, you know how bad that has gotten, how volatile that's gotten back and forth. We'll see how that ends up turning out, but yeah, the Brownies might actually destroy us yet again when it comes to this. They did this with Myles Garrett's contract, and now they're going to do it again with the stadium upgrade. Now, me personally, I would love to see the stadium get a humongous upgrade, a crazy great upgrade. I would love to see it. But the fact is, you also got to be realistic with the taxpayers are going to be the ones paying for it. And that's really the biggest issue, right? The taxpayers are going to be having to foot the bill. Obviously, the county is going back and forth with Mike Brown, how much he would pay for the stadium to be upgraded. And he doesn't want to pay really much at all. He wants the city to pay for it and not him. And that's a lot of money for taxpayers to pay. It really is. Now, after him signing Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I think there's definitely going to be some change with that whole concept. Because I feel like a lot of people in Cincinnati for the last, period of time felt like Mike Brown was putting the business side of the Bengals above winning, right? He wasn't trying to win. He was trying to make money off the team. And, well, yes, any business need to make money off the team. You do need to prioritize winning. And if you're, as a city, if you're going to spend all that money in taxpayers' money, you want the team, you want it to be prioritized that you want to win a Super Bowl. You want your owner to be prioritizing potentially winning a Super Bowl. You don't want your owner thinking about, oh, how much money can I make? I got to make the most money. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of any NFL team is to win the Super Bowl. Get a Lombardi, bring a Lombardi home to the Queen City, right? So that's the whole point. Nonetheless, though, we've seen upgrade proposals for Paycor Stadium. Nothing like this. Nothing like this. We haven't seen any concept that would make Paycor a dome. We've seen ideas of them adding roof potentially, but not to a point where you're adding a whole entire complex, above adding a completely upgraded stadium with a roof and stuff like that. So I definitely will say this will put it out there, because there was proposed stuff I think a year ago that the Brownies were going to spend $1 billion of upgrades. And our proposal was $500 million. And that caused a stir. That caused some, some talk. Right? It's like, well, hey, the Brownies are putting up $1 billion of upgrades to their stadium. Why can't we do it here? Because the whole point is, you want Mike Brown to pay for a majority of the upgrade to the stadium. If you add a roof to the stadium, you add all this stuff to the stadium, you can use it for different events. And these events makes the city money. So, the more money the city makes, the better. So that's the whole point, right? You want to have a roof, you want to have a dome, you want to have this, that, and third, because then you can have concerts there. You can have other sports events there. You can have, I don't know, like, what's that thing called? Monster truck rallies, whatever, right? You can have all these things there. Once you add that stuff, you don't have to worry about the weather. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. You don't have to worry about it being outdated. Obviously, the report cards would be a lot better when it comes to treatment of families, because the bathrooms would be updated. So it's all stuff like that. And again, I think eventually every stadium in the NFL will eventually get to a point where they're forced to kind of update and, make these beautiful, crazy stadiums. I'm not saying Paycor is not beautiful, but I think there's definitely a situation here where, you're kind of trying to get back into the 21st century, even though Paycor was 2001, 2002. But still, you want to get this, like, let's be honest, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. Like the Allegiant Stadium, SoFi. These are Minnesota Vikings, M&T Bank, not M&T Bank, Lordy. M&T Bank's not bad, but it was built in 96. But what's that? American Bank Stadium? The Viking Stadium. I believe it's American Bank. I forget exactly what the name is. It's something Bank Stadium. But anyway, though, yeah. So that's what the NFL, I feel like, wants everyone eventually to get to. Like, you're going to get to a point where you're creating stadiums like that. But they cost multi-billion dollars. And again, everything's fun in concept, but taxpayers are the ones who usually are footed the bill for these multi-billion dollar upgrades. And don't get me wrong, Cleveland, you guys look absolutely amazing when it comes to this. But what the fluff is happening with your team? A lot of Browns fans are going to be like, hey, instead of upgrading all this, can you upgrade the team? Can you make the team better? Because definitely a huge issue, right? Let me know your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one. Deuces.